time, just speak into it loud.
Hello.
There you go.
What's going on, brothers and sisters? My name is Mary Smith, my wife.
Evita Smith.
Brother James, he asked us to come out here and talk to everyone about marriage. We have been married for 7 years, and we've been together for 15 years. And our goal today is to educate you all about marriage, and also to explain to you all about how marriage is a good thing for us. It's been working out for us. 7 years, we've been happily married. So I'm going to give my perspective on a male point of view, and she also going to give her perspective on a female point of view. You would like to start?
So I would like to let you all know how we met and when we met. We met in 2000. I was 11, he was 12. We started dating, I guess you could say, which we shouldn't have been, but so we've been together since 2000. It's now 2016. We got married in 2008, I'm sorry. Within all of those years, 3 kids came. We've had problems, just like any other relationship. We have disagreements, but our happy times, our joyful times, all of that over-trumps any bad day. So if you're in a relationship, long-term relationship, you're thinking about settling down, just ask yourself, a couple of questions. Can you see yourself with this person for the rest of your life? Will this person make you happy? Smile, joyful times. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It's no point in playing around, playing with someone's feelings, playing with someone's heart. It's serious out here, and no point in wasting time. If you're serious about it, do the right thing.
Another thing, we just said there's no playing around. From my perspective, growing into a man, you have to learn self-control, because I wasn't always the man I am today. But Vita have helped me get to that point because of the fact that she continued to try to let me know that she's somebody that I need to love, because ain't nothing else better out there. And I appreciate that from her. But so I tell brothers, it's the thing about, we have to get to that self-control. Once we don't have that self-control, we're easy to get into temptation, and then your marriage don't last for 7 years. But that's one thing, if you all thinking about getting married, make sure you put yourself in that mindset that I want to be with her, and I need to make sure I have self-control to avoid temptation. Because if you are married, there's a lot of temptations come afterwards. Because guess what? Somebody have a knowledge that you're a good thing. So that means somebody won't have your possession. So you got to make sure you have that self-control. That's what I have to learn. Vita and I, we always honest, we always tell people the truth. Some people will look at us and say, oh, y'all had this, y'all had it easy, based on the fact that we've been together since we was 11 and 12 years old. But of course not. She's changed, I've changed, so we had to experience different life situations with one another. Those situations could have ruined us, but thankfully, we decided that we were going to grow with one another, and that's what we did. We continued to grow with one another. Back in the days when we grew up in Chicago Public Housing Authority, we used to dream. We used to dream about having children, we used to dream about career goals, we used to dream about going to college and things of that nature. As we continue to get older, we've been experiencing more to the world. So we have to realize that, are we going to let that distract us from what we had when we was 11 and 12 years old? Or we're going to get back on that path. And that's what we did. We continue to adjust to the changes in our life, and we continue to dream with each other. And that's one of the things that we got to understand. If you want to be in a committed relationship, you got to make sure that you continue to dream with one another, set goals. That's one thing I want to tell you all. Set goals, and also be real. There's a time people feel like, well, some of my friends, we've seen several people get divorced, right? And they don't understand how important it is to be real. People have asked, how could your wife go to a vacation by herself? People have asked me, how could you go to vacation by yourself? For one thing, she's an individual just like I'm an individual. I respect who she is, and she respects who I am. So whatever happens overseas, whatever happens in a different state, that's something that she gonna have to deal with, something like I'm gonna have to deal with. We respect each other's individuality, and that's something that's important. You gotta have your own morals and your own values, and that's what's real. And then another thing,
Also, just exactly what he said is 100% true. But that goes along with respect is trust. If you don't have trust in your relationship, work on that first. Like that's the first thing y'all need to work on. I always say is trust, communication, and love. With trust, communication will follow, and then love will follow. You can't fake it. You know, you have to trust that person, you gotta communicate, and you have to love that person genuinely. Like he was saying about going on vacation, we are one out of very few married couples that do go on vacation separately. Because, I mean, if there's nothing that I can't do home that I can't do out of town. If you're gonna do something out of town, you can do it at home. And I tell that to women, mainly women, because you hear it all the time from the women telling their men that they can't go out of town because I'm not there with you, I can't see you, I don't know what you're doing. Well, he can do the same thing at home. So what makes you think it's gonna stop him from doing that out of town? If he gonna do it, he gonna do it. Just like he find time to go to the bathroom, right? He can find time to cheat. So you just gotta trust in your mate. And I mean, trust goes a long way. I wanted to, I forgot something else I wanted to pick up on. I don't remember, I'll think of it. But I wanted to add in that trust part on vacation. That's very important. Individuality. That's another thing. Like when people get married, especially at a young age, or if you're in a serious relationship, they feel like y'all have to be, you are one, but they say, right, yeah, it's like you can't be yourself, and you can't have your own friends, or you can't dress a certain type of way, or you can't do this and you can't do that, and that's not going to work either, because you're trying to change a person into what you want them to be instead of let them be who they are, and you love them for them. You have to let a person live and be themselves, because what makes a good marriage is two imperfect people that never gives up on each other. You got to remember that. Like, no one's perfect, so don't try to look for the perfect person.
And I'm sure you're not perfect, guys. I'm sure. And then another thing, Rita, I just wanted to touch on the vacation part. Being real. The vacation is important, but sometimes I need to get away from her. So it's like sometimes you need to get away from me. So that's the reason why we are able to take separate vacations, because I have friends just like she has friends. So when you're in a relationship and you need to start to establishing what you all expect in the future. For example, if she's a teacher, you don't have to expect that she's going to spend some time grading homework, assignments, things of that nature. Just like in your relationship. If she have a bunch of friends, you're going to have to think about that. She's going to have a girls trip out. She's going to go visit. She's going to go out with her friends. So you got to continue to establish your relationship and start planning for the future. And that's what we are still continuing to do. We 28 and 29. We still got so much ahead of us. We know that we don't know what the future holds, but we know that we love each other now, and we appreciate that each and every day. And another thing about some guys tend to want to break their women. Now let me tell you something about some guys don't respect their ladies. If you don't respect your lady and then she's broken, guess what? Another man with more money, more intelligent, more charm will break her even more. My woman right there, she's not broken. So that's the big thing. That's the big thing. I'm not gonna mistreat her or break her for another man can break her even more when he comes across and he's more charming than me. So that's another thing that we got to keep in mind. Don't break her, build her. Because when you build her, there's less things that you got to worry about. We go to the club with each other. Guess what? I don't worry about another man approaching her because of the fact that I know she know how to handle herself. But we're going to enjoy life with each other. And that's what we continue doing. We're not going to bug you all too much. Hopefully you all gain something from us. and that's it. Peace. Any questions?